Hey now, how is everybody doing? Welcome to Red Alert Diaries with Tanya E. Hood. I'm Tanya E. Hood, a wife, a mother, and an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, it simply means I've worn a lot of different hats in my life that have helped me develop a full range of strategies and actionable steps that I've used to help my clients make a strategic impact, both personally and professionally, to have better when life has been given them. Red Alert Diaries is based on the life lessons from my premier book, Red Alert. Is He the One? The pocket guide to finding the love of your life. And if you read my book, you already know that I got married at 21. And after 11 years of marriage, I found myself going through a divorce, having to raise my two sons alone. To reset my life and survive my divorce, I took the time I needed to get to know me better, which opened me up to new love again. So now I'm in a new marriage to the love of my life and my best friend, which just proves there is life after divorce. On this podcast, we have conversations that's real talk, marriage, divorce, money, and legacy. I want you to join me on the journey. Call 240-532-2227. That's 240-532-2227. I want this podcast to challenge your thoughts, inspire you to grow, so together we can operate in excellence. Today, I want to have a conversation about credit. I don't know how many of you started off like I did. On the campus of a college, I went to Howard University. And when the lady walked up to me to let me have my free t-shirt, I had to fill out the little clipboard for it. But what I did not know then is that I was starting my credit history. I was starting my credit story. And had I had better insight about what to do, I could have made some different changes. So today I want to talk to you, those individuals that had started your credit a lot like me and are in the middle of trying to figure out how do I reposition myself to move into the next trajectory? Because your credit has been causing you issues. It's been causing you problems that you weren't even aware. You see, a lot of people don't really know that your credit is looked at if you're going to get a job or rent an apartment, get a car. And it's also used to determine the insurance rates or the interest rates that you will be paying. So let's talk about that today, because I want you empowered to move into your next trajectory, to have the financial freedom that you desire. And it often means that you've got to be clear about where you stand and have clear direction about where to move. I've shared with a lot of my clients that I support in getting themselves to a better financial position, how their credit report is talking about them. Yeah, your credit report is telling stories about you. But you can start managing and mitigating that by walking through the 5 factors. Today, I'm going to share with you what those 5 factors are and how you can effectively utilize them to move you into your next trajectory. When we're thinking about getting our finances together, it often starts with a discussion about personal credit. I am a credit specialist and I help my clients gain insight about how they can restore their score, reset their strategy that they need to build their credit, protect their identity along the way. Because what I don't want to do is to get your credit repaired and then put you in a position where you get preyed upon. Because when your credit score is 500 or below, you don't want it. And nobody else wants it either. You could literally walk around with your social security number etched across your forehead and no one would touch it if they knew what your score was. But once you get to a place where you are financially whole, there are some things that you need to do. So what I also provide my clients is the insight of how to pass on financial legacy by putting together a will, a power of attorney, and a trust. And if you're putting together the power of attorney, you need to know that there are 2 elements. So I provide both elements for my clients, as well as giving them the opportunity to have the service that they need virtually anywhere. There are some resources and information that you often need to help you stay in a better financial position. And having a virtual safety deposit box can often be the tool that will work for you. I know I use it, and because I have used it so well, it's something as a service that I offer to my clients. So today, I want to talk about really getting clear about your financial credit by taking a look at how you're scored. A lot of people are stuck in the dark because they don't know how their credit is really scored. So your score ranges depending on the credit bureau, and there are 3 credit bureaus that are in place. They are private companies whose sole responsibility is to prepare you and your information that is given so that you can have it accurate. Well, that's not always the case. So as a result, there's a lot of people that have to fix their credit. And a lot of individuals don't know how these 3 different entities score. The scores range from 300 to 950, depending on the credit bureau. So the 5 factors associated with credit have to do with your payment history, just paying your bills on time. That makes up 35% of your score. And then your utilization rate. How much do you have available that you can use for your credit? And I often tell my clients to leave this as an easy number for you to remember, because utilization, the capacity, is 30% of your credit score. So if you keep whatever you have below 30%, that'll position you to be able to have a decent score, because just those 2 things alone make up 65% of your score. How about that? A lot of people don't pay attention to just paying on time and not maxing out your credit cards. It's something that can support you getting a higher score. So when I share that information, to use easy numbers for those of you that are trying to figure it out in your head, let's make this simple. If you have a credit card that's $100, don't spend more than $29. Just that simple. Now, the other thing that's associated with this is the length of history. That makes up 15%. Just having your credit line for an extended period of time helps increase your score. And those 3 make up 80%. Manage what you have for as long as you can. Pay it on time so that you can get the benefits of letting others know that when you borrow money, you will operate in integrity and pay it back, just like you said. And then you won't maximize all of it, because if you start maxing out your credit cards, what it tells is a story. So I want you to be in the driver's seat of telling the story that you desire regarding your credit. Don't let it be some happenstance moment. Take control. Be clear what's on your credit report and what it's saying about you. So let's walk through the last 2 factors. It's called a mix of credit, which makes up 10%, be it your credit card, a mortgage, a signature loan, things like that. That's a mixture of credit. And that makes up 10%. The remaining 10% is new credit. Some people may need to get a boost in their credit score. And I often tell my clients, it's just a boost. Do not go out and get a whole bunch of credit, because you aren't really maximizing it if you don't have a clear plan about why you need it, what you're going to do with it, and how you're going to pay back what you use. I let individuals know that there's no different scoring system for a person that has a $1,000 limit. The same way you manage that is the same way that a person with $100 limit will manage, and you too will be scored the same way. So start paying attention to the fact that you pay your bills on time. You don't max out what you have available. You maintain your credit line as long as you possibly can. Have a mixture so that you can show that you are able to deal with a variety of different types of loans and credit that is extended to you. And then if you need to have a boost, that's where the last 10% comes from, with the new credit, securing that, be it a secured credit card or an unsecured credit card. It does not make a difference. Both of them will be new credit when it's added on. So I often get clients that ask about that. Hopefully that gives you the answer that you need if you were also looking for that. So that gives you the basics. Those are the 5 factors. Maximize them, use them effectively. But here's something else I want you to know. If you find yourself in a position where you need to get your credit fixed, just like there are home remedies that you can use if something is happening that will support you. But if you're an individual who's in a financial position that is like a gaping hole, a gouge that has been bleeding you out for years, do not do it alone. That means you need to take the time and go to someone that has a specialized skill in supporting you, just like you would have to go to a doctor if you had a wound that needed to be healed that had been gaping for so long. I'm available to be a support system if you're looking for someone to help you get better credit restoration, credit building, and a myriad of other items that will support you moving into your next financial trajectory. And if you're on Clubhouse, I have conversations about this every Thursday in the Winning and Wealth Club, where I currently host a room at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on credit. If you want to hear some free information or join me on stage so that we can have a discussion about something that you can use right then to support you through the process, I encourage you to join me. And so for today, if you don't remember anything else that I've shared, here's the one thing I want you to know. Start being clear about getting your credit together and don't do it alone. There are specialists that can support you. If you don't know anyone that can help you through this process, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to be a support system to you. You can go to my website, tanyaehood.com. There, you can click under the Work With Me tab so that you can see the various ways that I can support you through this process. I also offer an opportunity for those of you that are looking to start helping others get their credit together and have this as a business for yourself that can bring you residual income. It is time for us to start moving out of a linear income state to a residual income state that can move us into our next position. And if you're in Clubhouse, I encourage you to join me every Tuesday in the Red Alert Diaries room, the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There, we can continue this conversation or we can start a new one. This is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same. When the waves are taking you